Hey there. So this is just going to be kind of a quick video of things I could just quickly gather that I could find. If you saw my house or you saw if you've even seen my videos where I run around, I'm like, look at the mess. So you'd be like, oh yeah, Rebecca's messy. I didn't used to be. Anyways, so I just have some simple items that a lot of these, maybe this one's not, this is more recent, but a lot of these are kind of older, and they're like my better pieces are gone, but that's okay. So these are some ideas of like what you can use fiber and jewelry for, but this is in no way like the end all be all, because I can't find any of my fiber beads. I'm still looking around because I'm going to magically see them after looking for so long. Like my fiber beads or fabric beads or felted beads, or I can't find them. I had them, anyways, it doesn't matter. I can't find them. So this is just going to be like some jewelry, and then there's one little example of some fun. So I thought I'd show you, if you just recently watched my other, this is episode 2. I guess this would be episode 2, part 1, of the fiber series for Dyani Adorn beads. Oh, like and subscribe, and join my Facebook group. I'll put the name up here, and then in the description below there's some information. Yeah, so these are not the end all be all to making fiber stuff or using fibers in your jewelry. A lot of these are like beginning stuff. So let's start with this necklace. This is one of the necklaces I made when I was at the bead store, and they were like, I think I mentioned it, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm making a necklace. So yeah, it's funny. People are like, you're weird. I'm like, but okay. So it's that recycled sari silk yarn. I got this at Benjamin Franklin. I think this is how I learned about darn good yarn. Or either I searched for, I don't know, I found this skein of recycled sari silk yarn, and I just loved it, and just did some basic wire wrapping, made a knot here for the weird little pendant I made with a simple foil glass bead. You could tell I just used basic craft wire, and I think that's actual leather with some eyelets. I just made a shape. I was just like, whatever. It is what it is. This back here is the mess. This is sad. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was like, yeah. I mean, you can use this for cording and stuff, but I didn't know what I was doing. So you can really see like the roughness of this piece. Anyway, so we'll move on. So we'll just throw that on the floor. So this is an earlier piece, and it's actually on craft wire, I think artistic craft wire. So it has like that weird bend. It's a choker, and if you can see here, we have some kind of like topaz, amber kind of glass beads strung on the wire, and all around it is wrapped a really fine olivey confetti style yarn. And then there's lots of all kinds of just random bits and bobs wire worked onto the frame of this. So the back here doesn't have much, because that would mess with your neck or your hair. And so that comes down here to more the side of your neck where your arteries are, and the beads begin. Trying to see if you can see this. It's hard to see on this viewfinder. Just let you look at it for a second. See all the weird stuff going on in there, all the random beads. It's a really great way to use bead soup. I mean, they're kind of all neutral with some little reds and blues in here and there. But yeah, so that's a way to incorporate some yarn in your project. Many more ways. This is not the only way. There's so many more ways. All right, do we have any more yarn? I think this is yarn. I forgot what kind of macrame this is. But yeah, this is another early rough draft macrame with some jasper stones and some seed beads in a magnetic clasp, so it's really strong. So can you see that fiber woven around? Let's see if we can pull that out. There we go. You can see that. Can you see that bead thread there and how this is worked around it? It kind of has like a. So that's another way you can incorporate fibers and yarns into your designs. All right, so we just looked at a bracelet. So let's look at some more bracelets. So these are like my really simple scrappy cuffs. I was making these in a small size. These are the ones I kept. They were my firsts, and I like to keep the first things I make for some reason. I like to see how I grow or change and stuff, but yeah. These are very well worn. You've probably seen me if you've watched my videos in the past like few months or so, you might have seen me wearing these on channel. I thought I had more than this, but oh well. I have no idea where all my stuff is. So see, you can do beads, you can layer all kinds of just simple fabrics and ribbons and however you want. You can add snaps. This is just really rough sewing. So this is some stuff from estate sales and thrift stores, and there's like layers of fabric under there just with like some simple, there's like more stuff under there. It's really layered. This one has like some little bits and bobs of buttons and little pieces of lace. I'm just like, I'm going to try to use every little tiny piece in something. This is like when I was challenging myself to use tiny stuff. And then some tiny seed beads, just a weird over the top, over the roll, kind of like a, kind of reminds me of a blanket stitch but with seeds. This is a messy embroidery stitch, a crazy snap. So then we have like this, like the binding, blanket binding or whatever stuff. You can get tons of that stuff at their stores in big packs, at least around here you can. So there's like the yellow binding, there's like a little red ribbon, there's a blue ribbon, and then there's this kind of like, no, that's just a blue ribbon that's really rough. And I put like a pretty blue stitch on it from the sewing machine. And so here we have some more layering. They're just really simple pieces of fabric that I love. And you see, look at that. Look at this crazy stitch. It's like, I don't care. And then this one is really worn out. But that's the one I did some really pretty seed bead stitching on there. It's one of my favorites. I don't know why. It's just random. Totally random. Just pieces of fabric that were going to end up in the trash, and I just couldn't bear it. So I was like, I got to find a way to use it. And that's a problem if you have a brain like that. So here's some just basic fabric cuffs that utilize some beads. So fabric jewelry. So here we have some more bigger ones. Let's see. I think this actually might be my first. It's still in its bag. I never finished it. There's some interesting ribbon and felted balls that I made and some felted stuff. I don't know what I was doing at the time. Some vintage buttons. Tons of vintage buttons. That's also one I want to incorporate in my jewelry series, is to get, with bags, buttons, and like, what do you do? There's so much you can do. There's so much fun in here. But that's like, I hope to also cover some of that in my bead videos. Believe me, there's more than what I know. There's so much out there. oops, these little things fell out. Oh, it's been like this for a decade or something. I don't know. So this is one of my first practice cuffs of fiber. So I have like a base fiber on the back, and then I have some nice banding over the edges, and then in here I've got some random batik scraps. There used to be a store here called Fiberworks, and it was for quilters, and they had wonderful little scrap buckets and scrap bags and such, but now they're gone. All those places are gone in this town now. There's no more fun. It's all chain stores, and it sucks. Because I'm really not interested in Michael's. I'm really not interested in Hobby Lobby, definitely. And not really interested. I mean, kind of, Joann's has some fabric, but I don't know. They don't always have what I'm looking for, so it's hard. It's hard. So there's kind of like a velour kind of banding on top, and then kind of like a canvas banding. And I used some translucent plastic sewing thread on the machine and just went to town. You can see how I just went. Look at all those punctures. So anyways, this is an incomplete. Actually, I think I might have been trying to make a necklace, but I didn't, I didn't curve it right. So you can still take it, I could still take it apart and cut it down and find what I like and make a nice cuff, add beads, do some stuff on the edge. I mean, or I could leave it the same, you know? It's whatever. All right, here's another one I didn't finish. This was me playing with sari silk and vivid colors, stuff I love. I really love Sam's bead box for this month. It hits these colors right on the nose. I might even try adding them to it, but it's really heavy. You see, like, can you see all that blackness on the back? That black stuff? That's actual thread of me going bananas. The bottom bobbin was black and the top was colors. I think it was a rainbow color. Probably Gutermann, because those are some of the best fibers. But look at these colors, right? And then to like, let's see. Let's do some more free jazz thinking while we're not exactly beading. Because you can add beads. You could like have, you know, like beads. You can have beads. Wow, Rebecca, you can have beads? Yes, you can have beads. I'm trying to find some interesting colors. Just my desk is mostly cleared off, so I don't have access to all my beads right now. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh. So you can see how, like, adding beads, I'm gonna lean over if I can reach this stuff. Please let me reach it. Okay, all right. Or even seed beads, like some beautiful cut, like, I think they're Charlottes. There's all kinds of names for different kinds of seed beads. So what do you think? I mean, it's pretty wild, right? There's like so much potential. I need to do something with it. Where does this go? Okay. And so another one, I think this was one of the ones I was trying to experiment with, like making it more adjustable with some like long elastic straps and some big chunky fun buttons, which kind of makes me think of a face with a tongue sticking out. But again, it's just total scraps. You can see here with the bottom bobbin, and you can see me swirling the machine or using my hands to swirl the material, and you can see different stitching. Most of these don't fit my wrist anymore because I've gained so much weight recently. It's not fun. Anyway, so there's that one. And then we have one that this has like some alpaca yarn I got from a local yarn store that closed. Like all these fun places closed. It's a bummer. Then some like scrap ribbon that I enjoyed, and so I was like, I'm gonna put that in there. There's a red fleece, a light red fleece backing with just kind of like experimenting with stitches again. So yeah, this is for somebody with a very small wrist. This is for me back when I weighed my normal weight. Oh my goodness, but yeah, so you can kind of see there's some stuff going on in there. And we can add beads and we can do a lot more to it. It doesn't have to stay like that. And this is another one. I was like just experimenting with scraps again. And I was trying to see if I could do a top and a bottom. This kind of has like a Night Before Christmas kind of feel, even though I've never seen that movie. It's really weird, I've never seen that movie. But yeah, this is kind of a denim fabric. It's essentially the same fabric that's down here. You see that? That's, yeah. And then I was like trying to figure out what kind of paint markers, if I could come in and do some like kind of really fun designs or kind of tribal designs or something. But again, you can see different stitching and cutting the fibers and fabric gives it interest. The textures, having a base, I love using snaps. Okay, so we are done with those. All right, and we'll look at this. This was like me experimenting with real wool felt and doing that over the edge, kind of like a blanket stitch with seed beads. I forget the name. I have some books. I was going to bring them up to the table, but I was like, no, this video is just going to be showing some things. So this is me experimenting with fiber and the threads, and these are that Gutermann metallic threads that break really easy, and man, it's a pain in the butt, but they're beautiful. So this was like a leaf design. I was thinking of doing like a pendant or something, but I don't know. These are not the most exciting fabric earrings. I'll be honest. I mean, I've done better, and I don't keep those. I don't keep some of the good stuff for myself, but I think now I will. All right, so these are just simple fiber earrings. Like these are just cotton quilt. These are actually from scraps from an estate sale. This lady was just this huge crafter. A lot of little old ladies are crafters, and they have so many things that they can't take to long-term care with them, so they have to give it up. It's really sad. But you see, it's just crazy stitching, and then I take a color transitioning embroidery thread, and I kind of worked that color on this side and then worked on that side, so you kind of have like that paired up look on the ears. And you know, if you want, you can wear it backwards if you're crazy, but it's also got kind of like that, she knows who she is, that Christmas look without saying it's Christmas. We got pink. I would like to do more beads or dangles on these. That's kind of my goal with these. These were just like I was just testing out colors and fabrics. But I like to give more adornment and beads into this. I really like these colors. I don't know, I like these earrings even though they're so simple. I love eyelets. Eyelets are so much fun. They add a little punch of color. But again, you can wear it around. You could add more beads. You can do whatever you want. You can stitch on stuff. You can stitch. We're just going to get crazy with it. And I totally want you to join my Dyani Adorn Beads Facebook group, and I'd love to see if you are making things with fibers. If you've watched this video and you're like, I'm going to make things with fibers, do it. And I want to see photos. That'd be awesome. Or if you already do jewelry with fibers, we'd love to see you. We'd love you to join. I'll put the thing here again and all the stuff in the description below. These are just real simple. They're dirty. I don't wear these anymore because they're just so old. But you know, you have like a really basic lace. You have like kind of like a stabilizing piece in there that keeps it hard. Same with these. These are layered. You can see the layering. You can see that stabilizing material in there. I forget, it might be called stabilizer. So, you know, it has a matching face look, and then back. And then these are old. So very simple fiber stuff. Gonna throw it all on the floor. And then you probably saw these earrings in my recent earring parade. So this has sari silk, and this one has wax linen. So here we have Come on, get my hand. There we go. Pull up my sleeve. That's all messy. So we have a button. We have some beads. Hello. And we have some sari silk tied here just for a flare. Then we have sari silk wrapped around this kidney wire type thing, and it's held down with a very thin gauge gunmetal wire. So gives you a lot of pizzazz, and it's very lightweight. And then here you have some simple acrylic beads with more sari silk being held down with bead caps to keep it under control. This is from Darn Good Yarn. I'm going to, hopefully in the next video, I'm going to go over like some just basic stuff and where to get supplies and such. Okay. We're just going to take baby steps with this whole fiber thing, because I could make videos that last like 20,000 hours or something. So this just has like some simple wax linen, and the wax linen also holds the rhinestone chain and the cup chain onto the frame, and then it adds color to the earring. All right, is that all the earrings right now that I can think of? That whatever. This was my first attempt at a brooch. I didn't know what I was doing. Look how bad that is. Look how bad that is. Look at that bead. What is going on? Those aren't even... This is me not knowing what I'm doing. This is me, yeah. But I can always do edges, because I always had like sewing skills thanks to my family. All right, so what do we have? Okay, we got like I have more tassels that I've made, but I don't know where they're at. But you've probably heard this story. Oops, sorry. So this is just like a really basic tassel using some sari silk ribbon from Darn Good Yarn. And you can see I just made a simple bell, and I just wrapped it around, and that's it. I kind of think I should do more. I don't know. I'm thinking about revisiting some of my 2021 and 2020, I can't talk. Too many 20s, too many 2s, too many 0s, too many, I don't know, too much stuff. Thinking of revisiting some items and, I don't know, maybe giving them more pizzazz. Because this is not bad, but right here, it just seems like it needs something in here. Okay. And then this necklace, this necklace was for Thunder Horse Descendant, Randy Brown Found Object Challenge, which is really fun, but I just haven't been able to physically do it because of health and everything. So this tassel has a little more pizzazz. Again, it's Darn Good Yarn, sari silk ribbon with a wonderful cap, golden cap, and you pull up your tassel through there, and you get that wire and you wrap it around, and you make a little tassel top, and then you're in business. I love this crystal. I was like, yay, finally got a crystal to work in my life. Aren't these beads neat? These were in the kit. These were in the kit. These shells were mine. These dyed stone were mine. Clasp and all that stuff mine. Anyways, tassels. I know everybody knows about tassels. I know I'm not like breaking ground here with the items I'm showing you. I apologize. And if you've seen my channel, then you saw probably this necklace, because it's one of my most recent statement pieces. Took me 2 weeks to like work on it because I was just like brain dead. Anyway, it's so big I can't fit it all in the frame. But see here we have again sari silk and deerskin lace. So we have some fibers and natural materials. And it's just a beautiful wrap on the back. So it's lightweight on the back. It doesn't detract from the attention of this right here, or these little wonderful donuts from Sam's bead store. So yeah, you can use wonderful fabrics. And I just kind of did a spray with the fibers cut at an angle. And they're all different lengths, so they're just doo-doo-doo. All right. So yeah, fibers and a necklace. Doo-doo-doo. All right, this last thing is not a jewelry thing, but it is a fun fiber thing that I like to practice with. I need to look up who the craft artist is that came up with this design of the pillow, like the square pillow, because I was thinking of making a fabric cover for one of my art journals. But look at the different vibe you get when you kind of use a different color scape or color theme on the back. Has like a really earthy red, kind of rugged, dark, and this is all pastel and fun and batik. And I use the sewing machine to accent the butterflies. There's bamboo stuffing, natural stuffing. And here I just want bananas. So here, these are those type of blanket stitches. I will try to get my Native American books and show you. A lot of them are in German. Most people before recently, I mean, beading has just exploded. The people that knew the most about Native American bead stitches seem to reside in Germany and are like professors and whatever. So I sewed a leaf and I'm experimenting with the different patterns on my machine, and then even in there I sewed in a bead on each little leaf there to give it a little pizzazz, and then you see these blanket stitches make a huge difference. I also like to use like silk flowers. Those are fun. This has been color enhanced to just give it more interest. And here is just me just goofing off, like I'm not really fond of these buttons. They don't flow right in color and stuff, but whatever. And again, here you can see me layering things with beads and following a little pattern, kind of like quilting, just using a basic, and then coordinating seed beads around these edges in there. Do you see that? And then some bric-a-brac, or whatever it's called, I can't think right now. And another line of beads and buttons, and sewing some copper lined beads. Oh my goodness. I think I made it just in time. Thanks for hanging with me. Love your support. Think about joining my Facebook group. Like and subscribe. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would like to see. Hopefully I can get another video out in a couple days where we start going over things. And like 2 videos from now, hopefully we can start making stuff. Love you bunches. Let me know if you know anything if you have anything you need me to explain. I'm trying to do this real quick before my camera runs out. Love you bunches. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families and your pets and your loved ones and blah, 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 and yourself. And have a beady good day, good night, afternoon. Love you bunches. Bye-bye, everyone.